Hello vinyl community, this is Randy, back today with another video. Today I'm going to show you some records that I picked up in the last part of September. Before I show you those, I'm going to provide just a couple of equipment and room updates, I guess. So the first thing I wanted to show you is this cool 45 RPM storage box that I got. I had just been storing these records in a cardboard box, which didn't really fit them too well. So Sean showed this box that he found online a while back. So I just seemed to work well for him. So I just followed his instructions and ordered from the same guy. So yeah, really happy with it. It turned out that one was enough. I have a few more singles back there that are, you know, older ones from the 60s. They're not picture sleeves or anything. I might get another one to store those in, but it's no hurry. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you about as far as equipment, you can see behind me, I've added a third turntable back there, which may seem like overkill, but I'm going to explain to you why I did that. It was Sean again who did a video where he showed how quickly he can switch from 33 to 45 RPM, you know, and with his Fluence turntable, and he can do it pretty quickly. And I was thinking to myself, you know, wow, I just can't switch from 33 to 45 that quick. It takes me at least a couple of minutes to switch because I have to lift the turntable off and change the band on there. So so I added that third turntable. So just to sort of recap how this all came about with three turntables. The red one down here was one that I had in another room, and another music room back there. And then when this cat moved in a couple of years ago, the turntable was really close to the ground. He was jumped up on top of it, you know, making the record skip and stuff. So I just eliminated the turntable from that room and had a mono cartridge installed on this one. So that's why I've got two hooked up here now in the first place. This has a mono cartridge and this as my stereo cartridge. And yeah, this mono, I mean, actually what I use it for is for stereo records that sound better in mono, which is largely a lot of those Blue Note records from the early 60s. In fact, that's Ike Quebec record on there right now. To me, it sounds much better in mono. If you had an amplifier with a mono stereo switch, you could do the same thing with just one turntable, I suppose, but I don't have a mono stereo switch. And so that's how those two. And then when I saw Sean's video about switching to 45, I remembered I had this older Denon turntable back there that had been back in a storage room for a while. I got that, you know, probably 5 years ago, and it's a pretty good turntable, but I kind of didn't like it because of the well, just the way the tone arm worked. It just seemed sort of clunky and stuff, you know. So I, you know, went back. So I switched to the well, to the one that I have now, or actually, there was another turntable in between, which is in another room back there. But anyway, that's why I've got three turntables hooked up right now. I figured there's no reason to have it in storage, and I've got the inputs in the back of my amplifier. And so, yeah, it is much nicer to have this turntable. So I'll pause just for a second, and I'm just going to give you a better look at all of these things. So I'll be right back. Yeah, so here's this turntable. This is the one that has the speed control there. This is the one you have to lift the platter off. So I was just going to show you if I can. Well, yeah, let me pause for just one. Yeah, so to change speeds on this one, I mean, it's not that difficult. You just have to lift the platter off. Then there's a band here. You just take this band, put it down to the lower cog. That changes the speed. You know, you always have to check it first to make sure it's on there well. Then put this back on there. So, you know, probably with practice I could do it in less than a minute, but yeah, it's much easier to have the speed control switch. So yeah, and well, I guess that was it. That was as far as all the equipment updates. There was actually maybe just one more thing I was going to show you while I'm on this topic, so I'm going to pause this one more time. Here's my record cleaning station. This is where I use the Orbitrack 3 Pro. I did a video on this probably over a year ago about using that Orbitrack for cleaning it. It works well. I like it. What I didn't say in that video is that I really only use that for light cleaning, like when I take a record out that's basically already clean and maybe has just a little bit of dust. I use the Orbitrack for that, but I do have the the record ductor over here for heavy duty cleaning. So I probably should have mentioned that in that previous video, but anyway, that was the only thing I wanted to add there. So yeah, let's look at some records. The only other thing I wanted to say about that Denon turntable that I added there is that it's automatic turntable, so I don't have to get up at the end of the side to pick up the needle. It lifts off automatically in return, so that's really nice, and I've been enjoying that a lot. So I've actually been using that turntable about half the time now. So anyway, I picked up just a few records toward the last half of September, so I'm going to show those to you. Record Store Day was Saturday, and Grimey's, you know, one of the local record stores here in Nashville, they did it all online. So there was no lining up. What they did was at noon they started taking orders online, so you could just log into their site and choose the ones you wanted and put them in your cart, and then buy them when you're ready. You know, I guess the one thing you had to watch out for was after you put it in your cart, that didn't necessarily mean you had the record. So you could have a bunch of records in your cart, but then when you went to checkout, they might not be there any longer. So if there was a record that, you know, because somebody else would have taken them, so I guess they weren't actually subtracted from the inventory until they were paid for. So you just had to sort of keep in mind if you were getting popular records that you needed to go ahead and probably pay pretty quickly. But I wasn't too concerned about that because there wasn't anything I was dying to get. So, but I did get 3 records, and the first one that I got is this one, which I remember Psychedelic showing this one, you know, probably over a year ago, and you know, I was just kind of surprised at that point. I did not know that John Travolta had been in a band called Parish Hall, but I guess he was. Here he is with his 2 mates, and Derek was talking about this record. I'm just kidding about John Travolta, but doesn't he look like John Travolta? I think he does. John Travolta in his Vinnie Barbarino years. So anyway, I got this one from the Grimey's website. Actually, Deadwax66 was talking about this on his live stream on Friday night, and so this was actually the first one I added to my list, and after he was talking about it, and I've just been a little bit surprised since Record Store Day. It seems like you know, supposedly there were only 1,000 copies of this printed. I think every one of them must have been snatched up by people in the vinyl community because I've seen it shown so many times. So yeah, that's good. It is a cool record. I like it. It's a 3-man band from San Francisco in the late 60s, early 70s, I think, and I guess you call it like basically a power trio, guitar, bass, and drums. There's some piano and organ on it too, and it all sounds really good. Some of it's just kind of almost like rhythm and blues, like Ain't Feeling Too Bad. To me, sounds like something that James Brown could have done. So this is what we're hearing in the background right now. So it's a good record. So yeah, Parish Hall. It's on Fantasy Records. It's on just a basic blue fantasy label, like a Creedence Clearwater Revival label. I got this Dave Pike, Jazz for the Jet Set. This was probably the one that I wanted most out of the ones that I listed that I was going to try and get. So Dave Pike was a jazz vibraphonist from the 60s. He actually is playing marimba on this record. So I guess marimba's a lot like a vibraphone, except I guess marimba's made out of wood. I think that's the difference. And yeah, so this is like bachelor pad jazz is what I would call it. It sounds like it could be the soundtrack for an Austin Powers movie. The song When I'm Gone, the last song on side 1, sounds a lot like something, I'm sure it's off of a Freddie Hubbard album that I have, but I haven't been able to identify what song it is that it sounds like. But yeah, here's the information about this record. And the track listing, obviously it has this incredibly cool cover. This woman is wearing this is a flight attendant's uniform from the 1960s from, oh gosh, I can't remember which airline it was now, but of course obviously she has her helmet on, so it's very cool. I would call it like easy listening. This is perfect for, like when I did that happy hour video, this would be perfect music for happy hour, for a summertime happy hour. It's all instrumental. Herbie Hancock plays organ on that record. Here's what the label looks like. Yeah, Herbie Hancock on organ, and oh, there were some other people playing on here. Oh gosh, but I can't. Oh yeah, Pike on trumpet, and yeah, Bob Cranshaw on bass. Yeah, Bruno Carr on drums. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, like I say, easy listening, bachelor pad type music, so very enjoyable. I got this Galaxy 500 record. I did not see this one on the list the night before Record Store Day, but then when I was browsing through the Grimey's site, they had this record listed. So this is a Galaxy 500 live in Copenhagen, December 1st, 1990. So Galaxy 500, a 3-person band from New England, I think, in the late 80s, early 90s, about 88 to 90, I think, was when they played. This was their European tour. This turned out to be the last day on that European tour. It sounds like they had a show scheduled in Stockholm, but that got canceled for some reason. I'm not sure how this ended up in this record store day. I did a little bit more research and found that it was actually offered in the August drop. So I guess this must have just been left over at Grimey's, and so I picked it up. Only thing I don't like about it, it has this advertisement for Record Store Day down here. I could do without that. But anyway, that's the way it is. So it's 3 sides, and yeah, it sounds really good. I like Galaxy 500. I've heard most of these songs before. I have this DVD, which is sort of like a history of Galaxy 500, so very enjoyable. That DVD actually has a very extensive booklet of interviews, so you know, fairly familiar with Galaxy 500, but it's good to get this live album. So, yeah, 3-sided record. Label looks like that, and then the 4th side is etched. Not sure if that's showing up or not, but anyway, that is etching on that side. So yeah, Galaxy 500 sounds really good. So that was it for Record Store Day. I just got those 3 records. Yes, I just ordered them online and then went by and picked them up later in the day. So it was very easy to do. Joy Division released 50th anniversary edition of Closer. This is an album that I had back when it came out, but I somehow don't have it anymore. So I picked up this 50th anniversary reissue. It sounds really perfect. Joy Division, a British band from the late 70s, I think, through maybe 80 or 81, when their lead singer committed suicide, Ian Curtis. This record actually didn't come out until a couple months after he died. I remember when I got it, and yeah, it's a very severe sounding record, kind of, well, I don't know if you call it depressing really, but I mean, Ian Curtis does sound like he had some issues going on with this record, but it's a very powerful record and it sounds really good. Yeah, it came with this inner sleeve. Songs on there. So yeah, so this is their second album, and this reissue came out on this very cool clear vinyl. So it really looks very good on the turntable when it's spinning. It looks like it sort of hesitates, or almost looks like it's going backwards for a while. Very cool looking record. So I got that one. That was just excellent. So I decided I should go ahead and get the first album. So I found this edition of Unknown Pleasures, the first album. Oh, I just wanted to show you one more thing on this closer album. It has this on the bottom down here. It has 1980 to 2020 down there in Roman numerals. In 2007, they reissued Unknown Pleasures. So I found this one online. This is a nice cover. It has like this textured cover. I thought I had heard Unknown Pleasures before, but it turns out that I had not heard it. I had heard Substance. I still have a tape of Substance. I was thinking that Substance was Unknown Pleasures. I don't know why I was thinking about that, because Substance is actually just some other, like some singles and stuff like that. So, so this was actually the first time I'd heard Unknown Pleasures. And yeah, it really sounds great. I'm a big fan of this record. And I did still have the 12-inch single of Atmosphere and She's Lost Control. So She's Lost Control is the first song on side 2 of this record, and it's totally different from the 12-inch single version. Well, the vocals are different. The vocals on here are all echoey and everything. Sounds real trippy. Sounds much more severe on the 12-inch single. They both sound really good though. And there's a song on here called Interzone, which Joy Division, it's pretty heavily produced, but you can really see how playing live they would have really been cool. It almost well, it has some very crunchy guitar, and it sounds really good to me. It almost sounds like Montrose, like Bad Motor Scooter era Montrose. So some really good guitar, and Joy Division very bass heavy, very dependent on bass for their sound. So yeah, these records, I was really glad to get these, and I've been focusing on these quite a bit the past 2 or 3 days. It's kind of addictive. Boy, you get used to Ian's voice, and yeah, really good. So really enjoying those. I got this 50th or 60th anniversary edition of Giant Steps. This is John Coltrane's first record on Atlantic. So this is before he formed his quartet, the famous John Coltrane Quartet. So there's a couple different groups of people playing on here. Cedar Walton plays piano on some of the songs, Tommy Flanagan on others, and Wynton Kelly on others. Paul Chambers plays bass for every song. And then Les Humphries, Art Taylor, and Jimmy Cobb all play drums on this album. Not at once, on different songs. It was recorded in like 3 different sessions. So, Giant Steps is possibly my favorite Coltrane album. I've had the CD for many years, probably 25 years. This is the first time I've ever actually had it on vinyl, though. It sounds fantastic, and this is actually a 2-record set. There are some outtakes on the second record. You can see the listing there. And yeah, I think this may be my favorite Coltrane album. It's hard to say for sure. I like Favorite Things a lot too. The song Giant Steps, though, is just a killer song. And then Naima is just, the most beautiful ballad I think he ever wrote. I like Creston a lot too. So, pretty big John Coltrane fan, but this is definitely a strong album. And really glad they reissued it. I was glad to be able to get a high quality vinyl copy. It came with this inner sleeve. The other side tells the information. The other inner sleeve has the information for that one, and these are like the typewritten liner notes that Nat Hentoff wrote when the record was originally released. It came with this, basically, I guess you call it a poster of the cover. So I could stick this in one of those frames back there and put it on the wall, which I might think about doing that. Came with this really cool booklet, which tells all about the recording and the various sessions and where Coltrane was at this point in his career. And then obviously these really good pictures here. So yeah. Last photo there. Look how serious he looks. Heading up the stairs because he's heading up to the stage there to perform, and he looks like he is focused and ready to play. So, just a fantastic album. And I was actually ordering that one from, I think I got that from Rhino, and they were advertising this Christmas album, Monkey's Christmas. So I went in and ordered this. I think this came out last year, but I didn't get it last year. So, no, I haven't played it yet. I will wait until probably Thanksgiving weekend. I will play it, but I love the cover stuff. And the thing that really appealed to me is this has songs by Andy Partridge from XTC, and also Rivers Cuomo, and also the song Jesus Christ, the Big Star song, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, Interstate was cool. It has all the words to all the songs. Yeah, Monkey's Christmas album. And insert tells the information about it. And cool picture of the band on the other side. And the record itself looks like this. It's on black vinyl. Would have been nice if it had been on green or red or something like that, but sort of a candy stripe label. Picture of the band there on the other side. So, yes, that's it. So that's my record store day pickups, and just a couple others in the second half of September. So, yeah, and a little bit of an equipment update for you there. So, yeah, let me know what you think about this. The 3 turntables, I guess it was a little bit overkill, but I had them here anyway, so I figured, may as well just go ahead and use them. And, yeah, I'm glad I did. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the one with the automatic turntable where I don't have to, worry about getting up and picking up the needle at the end of every side. So, let me know what you think, and I hope everyone's doing well out there, and have a great day.